Jerry. You're at your desk. What's this rope coming through? Are you playing along?
Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I didn't hear you either.
I think I was I think I was on my Bluetooth. Hey Sherry. Hey Adria. Hey Elvis.
Miss Adria. Somebody was looking for you. Who was looking for you today? Um, yeah. Who was looking for you?
Hey Gail.
I think it was Janine, and she said she had a weenie for you.
Oh
So,
no.
so why don't you get in contact with Janine, and if I'm wrong, don't tell her I sent you there. Cause I heard it from a weenie. Oh, oh my goodness. What a beautiful day today. It seemed more like an autumn day. It had that crisp feeling in the air, but it was still nice. The sun was out. It was like 74 degrees. I don't know. It didn't feel like a spring day. It felt like a fall day in a good way.
Hey Amber.
Hey, Amber. Oh, shoot. I left it at the house. Anyway, people, I took Richard to physical therapy. And on the way to physical therapy, we had to pass a Brahms. Those of you in different parts of the country, it's a fast food hamburger slash ice cream place. Well, they had a big sign out there with all these Mexican flavored ice creams, like how you get at the paleta place. Oh my gosh, and they had the mango ice cream, they had pinon ice cream,
Hey
they
Jamie.
had um what was that other one? Oh shoot. They had like around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 8, if not 10 different flavors. So if you have one close to you, run, don't walk, and go look at all the yummy flavors. You can get them in the scoop, you can get them in a sundae, you can get them in a shake, and you can get them by the half gallon. Woo!
It was probably left over from Cinco de Mayo.
Well, that's probably why it came out, but they've never done those flavors ever. We know those flavors by heart. And they have seasonal flavors, during Christmas time and this, that, and the other, but they've never had these. They've never had mango. They've had mango sherbet. They've never had mango ice cream. Um, and then they had this cherry slash something with the cream in it. Oh my gosh, we went and got little samplings.
Uh,
Oh no, Amber, what? What are you talking about, mango stuff? Inform us, please. I know they have these places in Oklahoma because I think that's where it started. I know they have them all over Arkansas. I'm not sure if they have them in Texas. I think somebody said they do have them in Texas, the northern part of Texas. But anyway,
Hello Amber.
yeah, Amber, what are you talking about? Oh, sounds wonderful. Mmm. Well, I'm sick and tired of waiting for Richard to get his ice cream maker. I told him if I have to get it, I don't want to hear a word out of you complaining. Oh, I wish it did this. I wish it did that. Why doesn't it do this? I don't want to hear a word out of you. You've had like 3 years to buy one, so it's over, over and out. Oh. But I like putting them in the popsicle sticks. That's how I usually, whenever I've made my ice, because I've made not an ice cream maker. I've just made my own ice cream flavors and put them in those, in those, you know what I mean?
Popsicle makers.
Yeah, there you go. And I make sure I put cream in it and different things so that it doesn't taste like an ice sickle ice.
Oh,
It's
Amber did not love it. It was too chili powder.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste. I would agree with you, Amber. It's one of those things, you love it or you don't. Could you scrape off a little bit of the chili powder? Just
And it
kidding.
like salt and chili powder and what else is in there?
Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. Oh, I haven't seen those, Elvis.
It's a sucker, a dum dum.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a little tiny sucker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like the head of the sucker is like the size of a little bigger than a marble.
Oh, okay. Yes, Gail, on ice cream. Oh, it is so good.
They eat it on fruit. They eat it on ice cream. They eat it on the edge of their beer. They eat
It's
it.
on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it on your leg, they'll eat your leg. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It's really good on avocado. It's good on fresh fruit. It's really good on like pineapple and watermelon and cantaloupe, all that stuff. It's very, very yummy.
Hmm.
hmm So, those of you that get the kit, I hope you have it close to you. I hope you're going to play along. I don't want people complaining, how come you don't do the kits anymore? And then when I do the kits, you don't do them. So, I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from you guys. I
Linda's
have,
gonna be late.
huh?
Linda's gonna be late.
Okie dokie. Just as long as she's not flying into Newark.
Huh?
Oh, that tasted good. All right, so you guys, I have oodles obviously made of that particular pattern. So I'm going to use a different pattern of paper to make the examples, so that you can see how I put them together. I mean, they're kind of self-explanatory, but we'll do it together. But I think I want to use, I was looking at stuff I already had printed out, and I don't know when I printed this out, but it might be too big. Some of these might be too big. Yeah, it's too big to put on here. Well, no. I could put her on there and then put the bee on the smaller one. That might be a plan. Let's look through these and see what may and may not work. Uh, that covers up all the brush. So that won't work. Oh, here's smaller ones. Oh. I use the small ones for sure. But I'd like to have like a set. So I'd like to have one of the big one. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. So I'll have to reduce one of these down if I want to use them. Maybe if I just use her head and use, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use that for one set. Let's see what else we got. I can see that working. then I had some of these faces. Whoops. Some of these faces when I
Hey, Lucy.
did that book, but these are all too big. These are all too big. And these are all too big. Well, this may not work out unless I print some out. Let's see. They're all too big. Hmm. All too big. Well, woo! Think that's too big?
Yeah.
They're too big. They're all too big. Okay, so that's not going to work. And then that book I was working on with the octopus ladies, I have some of those. Maybe I have some sizes that will work. I didn't finish that book either. I got a little distracted and didn't finish these. My mind's been going all different directions. So, okay, so these I think I can make these work for sure. Okay, so we'll do a set. We'll do a set of the bees and a
Have
set
fun, Gail.
of the octopus ladies. I got some of these that are already. And then I have some of the small. So, okay, so let me put the rest of that away. Oh, that's what I was seeing what would fit in that book.
Hey, Janice.
Hey, Janet. Oh, what am I doing? Alrighty.
She's not getting you nothing.
Over there. All right, so we'll start off maybe on the larger one because most people think that's harder. How'd that come up? Oh, I didn't glue it on yet. So let's start off on the big one, and then it gets progressively easier, if you ask me.
Uh-oh. Mom opening a treat bag.
Okay, where's my kit? Where'd my kit go? I brought me one out. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. All I need are the brushes. I need the brushes. Some of that, some of that. And then I'll go get some of my extra jelly prints that I have. Mm-hmm.
Middling? Fair to middling? She's fair to middling. But is it fair to middling? Fair to Midland.
Okay.
Yay, Sherry went to the grocery store. I went into a grocery store on Saturday and I got like, oh, I got just like, there was too many people in there. Lots of people.
You went on a Saturday?
Yeah,
That's your problem.
yeah, in a small town.
Yeah. Okay. So what I do, let me get one here. What I did is I covered all the front and the back with just wrapping type papers, whatever you think you might, whatever, theme of colors you think you're going to want on yours. Like if you're going to be doing the, let me grab that. If you're going to be doing the nature ladies that are in your kit, then I just started filling up all of the back with just different painting papers that I had. So
Oh,
that
hey, Lindy.
so we'll start off that way. Hey, Lindy. Let me find my scraps. So I have a big old thing of scraps. Let me pull some of those out so I can use them. Ooh, I don't have as many scraps as I thought. Most of the scraps I have are, oh no, here's some. No, 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 no. Here's some green. Trying to color coordinate them. And which one am I doing first? Does it matter? I don't think so. I have some these colors.
So do y'all have Popeye's fried chicken?
Talking to me?
Yeah,
Yep.
do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was worldwide.
Well, I'm not in the whole world. I'm in Arkansas.
Did you see their let me see if I could see it.
One of my friends is a manager and he's in Florida, so they're in Florida.
Oh, well, see, there you go.
Mhm.
This.
What the heck is No, he didn't tell me about that. He
Pope
failed.
yes,
He
Pope no.
he he failed to inform me about that little side job there.
Betty said Popino. I said, no, Pope yes, Pope no. Oh, they have Popeyes in Erie and in Pittsburgh. They have them in Indiana. Lucy has Popeyes all the way up there.
Well, there you go.
Wow. They interrupted my story today to show me some black smoke coming. I was like, why are you showing me that? Show me when it's white. But I guess that meant they were starting maybe or something. Popeyes has been nationwide since the 80s, Janice said.
There you go.
I love their beans and rice.
I'm going to see how this fits.
They have a very good chicken sandwich, Lucy. Very good. Oh, black is one vote, no vote yet. Perhaps a tie. Oh, it's been a crazy day. I had to go to a Mother's Day luncheon. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Miss Scotty.
I know, Lucy, my radius too.
Okay, so she fits on here without the bug part. So I'll put the bug part on the smaller one. And then I'll use some of this to wrap. You can see how underneath here this all has to get covered up. So we'll start putting some papers down here. I
Hi,
just want
Linda.
I just wanted to see if it fit before I start actually doing it.
Looks like it does, except
Yeah,
for that whatever you just folded over.
yeah, that's part of a boogie part. I think I'll just cut it off completely. Because there's bugs and stuff in her hair. You can see all that.
Linda sent me a message the other day. Are you and Betty okay? I was like, should I'm watching Ryan Hall. I said, oh, do I need to turn?
Yeah, everybody knows more about your weather than yourself. Same thing with me.
She said, I'm watching Ryan. Doesn't look good. I said, uh-oh. I guess I need to turn on the news.
Okay, so I'm going to probably cut this off like around right there. And what I told the ladies, which really works really well, when you're trying to wrap this paper around here, um, I scrunch up all the paper to break up the fibers and everything, and it makes it easier when I'm trying to move it around. It's not so stiff because I've got, paint on there,
Mm-hmm.
it being a painty paper. So it's a little stiffer than if I had just printed something out. But see how already you can see by just crunching it up, it's going to be really easy to mold it to this once you get the glue on there. So um, let me get some of this out of the way.
Welcome back, Gail.
Let me find out what glue I'm going to use.
Glue.
Oh my gosh, people. Okay, I'm going to talk about the ladies. Who's still here? Is Scotty still here?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the ladies for a second. For some reason, in my mind, I thought everybody knew how to use mediums and Mod Podge and stuff like that. I was very, very mistaken. I put Mod Podge, on each table and brushes and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, these ladies, you might as well have dunked the paper in the decoupage and then gone like that. It was everywhere. And almost all the ladies were doing the same thing. By the time I started walking around to see what they were doing, it was too late to tell them to stop because everything was drenched. It was like a decoupage party. It was ridiculous. So I didn't say nothing. But I was going like, oh my God, what are they doing? It was crazy. It was Oh yeah, Adria. Adria did the same thing.
Oh, she probably started it.
my gosh, it was too funny. I almost had a heart attack. Like, oh my gosh. Inside I'm going, what the heck are these ladies doing? And I just, oh, forget it. Just let them have fun.
She thinks you're the one who uses the Mod Podge incorrectly. You must be the minority.
I guess. Oh my goodness. It's like watching little kids eat ice cream and then wiping their hands on their hair or something. It's like, oh well, they're having fun. Leave them alone. There's water. There's water. I'm not going to worry about them.
Thank you for taking that off. Betty leaves that on everything and it drives me nuts.
Oh, I should put it back then.
No, don't do it. Gail said, did their pieces turn out okay?
I don't know. After I never saw them dry. I never saw them dry. Oh, while they were wet, they looked nice. Oh, I went over to Shannon and I said, Shannon, could you take a little walk around and look at those ladies' use of the glue? And she goes, oh, okay. So she goes and she goes back and she goes, oh my God. Oh, look at the glue. Okay. Like I said, they were having fun. Who cares?
I think not so much decoupage, but paper mache.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
paper mache, you dunk it. Yeah. We were just gluing stuff down though. We weren't, machining anything.
Mache.
Are we machining, Miss Rosemary? No, we're not machining today. We're just
Mache.
we're just a gluing. We're just a gluing. Don't be pretending like we're machining now.
Oh my God, I never saw so much pink today in my life.
For what? What? Who? When? Where?
At my mama's Mother's Day brunch,
How
the
come they have
table,
their
huh?
holidays? How come they have their holidays so many days ahead?
Well, because people are going to be busy on Mother's Day. So they
Aren't they
have,
supposed to be busy with the mothers?
right, but so they go ahead and do something like this. But they had pink tablecloths, they had pink baby's breath, they had pink, it was just pink everywhere. Pink Paris, pink punch, pink, yeah,
Pink, pink.
very pink.
Everywhere a pink, pink.
Yeah, and plus her birthday is on Mother's Day too. It's like, okay.
Oh. Is she going to want a double whammy of stuff or?
Mm-mm, she don't want nothing.
Oh, okay.
She gets mad every time me and Betty come because we have bags and baskets, and she's like, I don't want nothing.
Okay, so on this right here, I put it right on the edge. Whoopsie. I put it right up to the edge of the metal. You can go as far up as you want, but because the picture I have is kind of big, I want it to stand alone at some point. So I only put the paper that far up. Now, where did my lady go? Uh-oh, where'd she go? Uh-oh, where'd the lady go that I cut? uh, uh, she flew away. Where did she go? Anybody see her? Oh my gosh. It's only like what, 5 minutes into this and I've already lost the lady. Oh, here she is. Okay. Never mind. So see that way I can push her up and she's up in, you know, some space there. All right, so let me finish covering up these various doodads here. What other colors do I want on here? Let me see. Look at the colors. Let's put even some of this paper. Ooh, no, it's too see-throughy right there. Let's find something else.
Was that a coffee filter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It had a cool design.
Yeah, I'm gonna put because that's gonna get all covered up anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I put there. I just didn't want any blank spots. Okay, so I'm gonna start putting that about right there. And again, once I crunch it up, it'll go around better. It's gonna leave a little gap, and then I'll just fill in that with a little piece of other color of paper.
Hey, APG.
Hey, girl, I missed you. Sorry, bad allergies. Oh, oh dear. Lordy Lord.
She says it's been weird around here.
Uh-oh. Weather-wise or people-wise? We need to know. We need to know. And then I was going to cover up some of the white spots. The white paper spots. And if it doesn't bother you, you don't have to do it, obviously.
Her 40-something-year-old daughter has moved back in.
Uh-oh. Hello. Weird, weird.
Yeah, too much.
Yep.
Oh no, Janice. Don't need no kidney problems.
Kidney, what's going on?
I don't know. She said she thought she was having bad allergies, but even if it started that way, it may be kidney problems now.
Oh, no. Don't tell me. I don't want to think about that. Okay, so then you just start smushing this stuff and then let it go as far as it can. Then you can start tearing and filling in the gaps.
Lucy said, my daughter and I could never live together unless it was a house the size of Buckingham Palace. Hey, Joyce. I don't know. Even that would be too small. Hey, Tamar.
Hey, Tamar. Oh, Tamar, you won't believe what I found on Etsy. I found a mini cravat, a little toy mini one, just so I could get my hands on it. It came yesterday.
Debbie.
Richard got sick and tired of me saying, "This is so cute." I walked into the room. Goes, I know, it's cute. I said, but isn't it cute? Oh God.
Hey, Hassan.
Hey Hassan.
So we got Tamar, Hassan, Debbie, who all came in all at one time. I couldn't live with nobody. I can't even hardly live with Betty.
Well, she'd probably echo that. So
Yeah, she does. I like living with Betty because I go to sleep first. I hate to. I can't go to sleep last. I can't. No. Wake up. Are you sleeping?
oh my gosh, you're one of those annoying little kids.
No, I just don't like to go to sleep last.
I know, like annoying little kid. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Are you awake? Are you awake? Oh, good.
I'll be like,
Oh, oh gosh.
Gail, I hear stuff.
Have you ever been checked to see if you're schizophrenic?
I'm not.
Oh, okay. My brother-in-law heard my dog talk to him. I
No,
hid
I
the
don't.
knife. I
I
hid the
don't hear
knife.
dogs talking. I'm talking about.
Hey, at least he knows what he hears. You don't even know what it is.
No,
He
I
knew,
hear every single tiny thing.
he knew it was my dog. I said, "Who told you that?" Baby boy told me. Oh my God! Hide the knives, Richard. The dog's talking to him. He's gonna kill us in the middle of the night. Hide the knives. You laugh. I hit him. You didn't see in his eyes when he looked at me and said, Petey told me. I go, wow! Talk about the chills. Okay. Alrighty then. Can you imagine? I had only been married, let's see, we had been married probably nine, not even nine, it was less than a year. I don't even think it was 9 months when this whole crazy thing happened. He was Richard's brother. He was 16 at the time. He was visiting his father in California. Him and his mother lived in St. Louis, Missouri at the time. And so he came out to go visit his father. And it was a big mess. It was a nasty situation. And so his brother, Richard's brother, goes to school. He was enrolled there in school while he was visiting his father. And he goes into and he was talking to the teacher, and he told the teacher that he thought he was going to have to kill his dad because he had molested him. Okay. Well, Richard and we don't know. I mean, I don't know his father that well. Um, and Richard says, uh, he says, I don't doubt anything that my father would do. He says, I'm not going to say he did it, but I don't doubt anything that he would do. I mean, he wouldn't put anything past his dad, in other words, when it comes to anything. So anyway, I guess in most school systems, obviously, when somebody makes that accusation, the first thing they do is they call the police. And And so they call the police, and they're interviewing him and interviewing the brother. And in the conversation, the words were said murder and suicide somewhere in all the convoluted conversation. So as soon as that happens, then he gets put into juvenile detention to be observed, because he threatened someone else's life and he threatened his own life, and so he has to be put like quote unquote protective custody or whatever you want to call it. And because they didn't have any opening in a juvenile facility at the time, they put him in a state mental hospital for observation, which any of you people that are familiar with California and you know about the mental institution in what was the name of that town? Oh, I can't think of the name right now. It was notorious. It was in the news all the time because somebody was doing something to somebody, whether it was an inmate or an employee or something. It was a horrible place. Camarillo, that's the name of it. Camarillo State Hospital. So there we go. They contact us, the police or somebody. I can't remember. I don't even remember. It's all a blur. They contact us and tell us what happened and where he is. And the reason they contacted us was because they wanted to know the next of kin because they didn't want to release him, obviously, to the father until they researched the father to see if indeed what his son was accusing him of was true or not. So we end up going up to the that hospital, which it was it's just horrendous, just like out of a B movie.
That's what Dana said, like one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Yes, yes, yes. It was just horrible. And they have a court, a juvenile court on the facility because they have to, rule on situations, you know, almost immediately. So they tell us he has to be up there in observation for X amount of time. I forget what it was, a couple of days, a week. I don't remember now. And so the day comes when he's supposed to like be released, and they had investigated the dad, and they couldn't find any sign that the dad had did anything, and there wasn't anything physically done to the boy, and yada yada yada. And he was diagnosed while he was there as being schizophrenic. Okay. Yeah, I had only met his brother once at the wedding because we were living in California in San Diego and they were living in St. Louis. So I only met him when he came down for the wedding. And, he's 16 years old and, he acted a little weird, but, a lot of 16-year-olds act weird. And I could tell he was on something, whatever kind of, I could tell he used some kind of drugs. And then he talked to me when he was out for the wedding and stuff, and he wanted to know. No, he had hit up my brother, asking my brother if he knew where he could get some pot. So then I knew, okay, well, this guy, 16 years old, is high as a kite on pot and acting kind of goofy, right? So I just figured it was just some dumb punk kid, a little too much, a little too much drugs or whatever. So, but then, 9 months later, he's up in the loony bin and they've diagnosed him as schizophrenic. So he was going to be released and they couldn't release it to the mom because the mom was out of state. And the father said he didn't want him. He said, forget it. He goes, I don't want that. I don't want him at my place. He's accusing me of this stuff. I don't want him. So that's when the court had to find us and said, you're the next. You're the lucky ones next in line. So we didn't want him to stay. I mean, it was horrendous there. If it had been a normal place, we'd say, well, I don't know, I don't think I want him. But it was so bad. To me, it was unconscionable leaving him there. So we said, okay. So he comes, and my husband. I was working out of the home, and my husband was working out of town, so that left me alone with him. Richard was only coming home on the weekend. I got to know him real fast. Real fast. I mean, I laugh about it now, but at the time it was very dramatic and it was heart wrenching and it was scary. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Um, and right away, we have to work with all these social workers and we got to get him signed up for this and that and the other. And oh, it was crazy. And I had to do it all by myself. And the kid doesn't know me from nobody. Plus, he's paranoid from his schizophrenia, so I had to like sweet talk him into everything. And then finally, when we got into the local psychiatrist, after evaluating him and him visiting him a couple of times, the doctor, you know, took me over and he told me, he goes, he should not be living with you. He's a danger to himself and he's a danger to you.
Uh,
I excuse me. and and so he told us that he really shouldn't be with us because his schizophrenia had gone so long being undiagnosed and treated that it was going to take some time. I'm sure it's better now, but this was like what, how many years ago? 20 years ago, I guess. But back then they had to play around with so many different concoctions of medication to help. Everybody is different on what psychotic medication helps and which one doesn't, and it was crazy. So they didn't have it was going to take some time, and they wanted to do that in the hospital, not at home. So we went back and forth, and we didn't want him in a state facility. Meanwhile, my husband, he was part of the elevators union at the time, and so because he was put legally in our care as a dependent, I mean, Richard could use him as a dependent, which means he could put him under his medical. So it was going to take something like 20 days for it to take effect. So I told the doctor, I'm going to try to hold on for 20 days because we can put him in a private facility through our insurance in 20 days. And I won't feel so bad him going there as opposed to a state facility. So the doctor said, okay. He goes, I don't normally do this, he says. And he handed me his personal home number. And he says, if you need me for anything, 24 hours a day, call me and I'll immediately get somebody over there to get him and put him whatever facility is available at that particular time. If you can't handle him before you can get him into you know, the other facility.
hey, Annie, ma'am. Richard's brother.
So I go, okay. I go, okay. So I go home. Oh, and plus, I was supposed to be given a medication, and he was all paranoid he wouldn't take it. But he also had to have iced tea. Like, he just drank it like 24 hours a day. Iced tea, iced tea, iced tea, iced tea. So I just dissolved his meds in his iced tea. That's the only way I could get him to take his meds. So he was on the meds that they had prescribed to try and help him, basically because it couldn't be the antipsychotic med. It was mostly to slow him down and make him kind of droggy all the time, um, so that he was a little controllable. So anyway, so we're doing that, and we've got like maybe we got like 4 or 5 days until the insurance kicks in, so we can put him in a private place. And then like a night, 2 nights, 2 nights, I think it was, 2 nights before he was eligible to go into the private facility. That's we're sitting at the we're sitting at the dining table. Okay, we're sitting at the dining table. It's just Richard and me, Anna and his brother. And over off to the corner is my dog that I've had forever. And his name was Peterbilt. We called him Petey Boy. And so
Hey, Roseanne.
so so his brother, he's eating and he looks at me, just very calm, but very direct, and looks right into my eyes. And he goes, "You know what, Rosemary?" I said, "What?" Because we were having a pleasant conversation, you know. I don't know about what, I can't remember. And he goes, "You know what?" I says, "What?" He says, "I don't know. I think I really need to kill somebody." And I just stayed real calm, like he had just said he wanted some peanut butter. And I said, "Oh, how come?" Because Peterbilt told me. I felt like saying, "Shut up, Peterbilt! Just shut up!" And I go, "Oh." I said, "Oh, he likes to talk a lot of nonsense. He doesn't mean half the stuff he says." And he goes, "No, I really think he meant it. He looked like he was serious." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll have a talk with him." So then that night I gave him double his knockout medication. Called up the psychiatrist. Literally got my knives and put them in the trunk, locked them in the trunk of my car. Any knife that was in the house, and I think we were 48 hours away from the nice facility. So I just drugged him up for the next 48 hours, hid my knives, and the second he was ready to go, I said, "Giddy up, giddy up." Well, of course, he's not voluntarily going to go. So I told him he had an evaluation appointment. And where we were going, he'd never been before. So it wasn't like he'd say, "Oh, no, this is where the crazy people are. I'm not going in there." It was just a really nice private facility over along the coast, because we lived about 15 miles from the coast at that time down in San Diego area. So it was literally, you looked out the windows of the facility and you were looking at your ocean front. So we're driving over there and we go, and he goes, "Where are we going here?" I said, "Well, this is where they're going to evaluate you. You've had various evaluations. They just need a new one because of the new medication you've been on." He goes, "I'm not taking any medication." And then I said, "Well, the ones you had before, they just want to see what it's been doing for you, if it's been helping you." He goes, "Okay." He says, "Well, I'm not taking no medication." I said, all right, no medication. So we get there, and there's like these different sets of doors that, just regular glass doors you go through. But when you get through them, they lock them behind you, right? It doesn't look very ominous because they're just pretty glass doors. So we get up to the window where you do the registration. And so I'm telling them, "Dr. So and so, reserved, blah, 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 made arrangements, yada, yada, yada." And she says, "Okay." And I can't remember the word she said. I honestly can't remember. After this, this kind of gets kind of crazy. But he made some kind of reference, like, like in-house patient or some kind of a phrase like that. And he gave me this look like, you know, he wasn't stupid. He may have been crazy, but he was not a stupid person. He was very intelligent. And he looked at me and he knew something was up. And the look he gave me was like, "Please no, please no, please don't leave me here." And I just felt, I was just falling apart inside. I was just trying to act normal. And then these two guys come in, he's, I guess, like orderlies. They come out And then he starts begging me, Rosemary, please, please, please don't do this to me. Blah, blah, blah. And then I hear him, and I can still hear it. Him going down the corridor, and then these doors slamming and going down another corridor. And I could hear him screaming, Rosemary, Rosemary, don't leave me here. And that haunted me for years, people. Years that haunted me. Hearing that. It was just like a horror movie. And but anyway, it was a beautiful place, you know, very clean and it wasn't what's the word I'm trying to say? It wasn't what's the word? There weren't a lot of people there, so there was like a lot of individual care and all that kind of stuff and everything. And even way back then, I think it was like $6,000 a month or something like that. Way back then, and that was just to be there. That wasn't for the medication, the doctors, and all that. But anyway, why did I even start saying this story? I don't remember, but I don't remember why I started this. But yeah, that was an experience. That was a total experience. I would not want to repeat or have anyone else go through. And the worst part of it was that his mom refused to even consider that her son was mentally ill. And so she'd call up swearing at me and cussing me out. How could I, who do I think I am doing this? This is her son, not my son. And you don't even know him and yada, yada, yada. And, you know, and um, then she would talk to her, call her son up, the one in the hospital, and basically say you don't have to do anything Rosemary and Richard tell you to do, because he was starting to cooperate and get with the program. And then when she started telling that he didn't have to do anything, that she was going to get him out of there, then he didn't, he wasn't cooperating anymore. And yeah, she just undermined everything we were trying to do to help him. It was crazy. People are crazy, even if they aren't really crazy.
Well, then they should have cut off communication with her.
Couldn't. She was the mom. I mean, we had guardianship, but she was the mom. You know, she was still the legal guardian if she was in California. As long as he was in California and we were in California, then we had legal guardianship. But anyway, it went downhill from there as far as the mom. The mom just made everything worse. Very worse. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah, because you heard voices. I mean, you hear stuff, not voices stuff. That's where that all came. It's all your fault.
No, Gail said it's because we were talking about living with different people.
Oh yeah. Oh, so it's all Jamie's fault.
Gail said, "Where is he now?"
He is in Baltimore. He's in what you would kind of call like a halfway home. Um, um, and he's okay. This is another sad part, ridiculous part, and it's everybody's family is very complex, but my husband could not really forgive his mother because for after he got out of there and they got him on certain kinds of drugs and stuff, he went back to go live with his mom, and then we got well, what we did is she obviously needed help, so we moved her out from Missouri and moved her into California, and then he came out and lived with her, and kind of didn't go with the program. She always made excuses for him, which only hindered you know his ability to function and be normal. And I kind of like it better that way, maybe. I don't know. Wait a second. Yeah, kind of like that way. And So, like I said, she was in complete denial of him. So we found out years later, I mean years later, that she also had to con him with his medication, but she was giving him half of his medication. That's why he was having schizophrenic breaks. That's why he was paranoid. That's why, he wouldn't bathe, all kinds of stuff. And because she, in her own brilliance, said, "Oh, he's not that sick, so I think I'll just give him half." I thought, you know what? You're more cuckoo than he is.
Oh,
So he was never really medicated the way he was supposed to be, which would have made him, I mean, he would have never been quote unquote normal, but he would have been able to have functioned and had not such like a paranoid life, you know. Um, and then when his mother died, he lived with his mom until his mom died. And then he went into, one of these, care facility type places that are made for individuals like him. And, they gave him the proper medication. And you could talk to him on the phone. You knew he wasn't 100%, but he wasn't Looney Tune. Um, and, my husband never really forgave his mother for doing that to him all those years. But he lives there and he has a little part-time job that is really set up for individuals like him. And you know he has his little life.
well, that's good.
And it took a long time for him to get there because he had an ignorant mother.
Let's see. Uh, hey, Linda. Hey, 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 gal. Hey, APG. APG said, hey, even. Hey, Amber. Hey, Adria. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Janice. Adria said, sounds like she didn't have a great grip on reality herself.
She didn't. She did not.
Lucy says, her friend tells her the meds take away, her friend tells her that the meds take away all his creative ability and he would just sit around like a veg.
Yeah, that happens too with certain people. That's the real heartache of the whole thing.
Hey, Lucy. Hey, Lindy. Hey, 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 Debbie. Hey, 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 Jean. Hey, Sally, Fern, and Ruth, and JJ, BJ, CJ, DJ, Annie Mame, Pinky, Pinky Tuscadero. Hey, Roseanne. I think you get turned down like the first three times, APG. You got to keep going and going and going and going and going for disability.
Fortunately, he was so far gone, he got his right away. I remember we went up to the Camarillo State Hospital and we were talking with one of the psychiatrists, and she could see our look on our face, what we were seeing around us. And then she says, "Yeah," she goes, you got to get your brother out of here because this is not the place for him. It was the people up here, and he was in the adolescent ward, and he said." she said these people here that he's with, these are murderers and rapists and all kinds of stuff. And these are like 14, 15-year-old kids. And I was like, oh my gosh. She goes, he's just mentally ill. He's not you know, violent and like these kids are. So yeah, that was my honeymoon period of my marriage.
There you go, APG. Janice gave you a helpful link.
Hmm. There was some stamps in there.
Postage stamps?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you have to remember all those points because Susan's going to ask you questions someday. What was
No,
the
I didn't, Lucy.
what was the name of the state hospital? Uh.
Cameroni?
Camaroni. Close. Very close. Camarillo. Oh, what is wrong? My hands aren't. Well,
They're dirty.
yeah, but they're not that color. Something went wacky on my camera. I gotta fix that before tomorrow. Okay, so these are the beginnings. Woo. Beginning, we still we can decorate, put some more people in the back. I want to, and there's still a lot of stuff to put on there, but that is the basis. Let me get the medium one and get the bug that. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. So this was the bug that was left over. I think I want to somehow let's cut it out and see what it looks like. Let's cut it out.
Or maybe you ought to put it on one of those wire things.
Oh, it's kind of big though.
Uh,
I got little ones there I can put on the wires. Smaller ones, I should say. Let's just see. I can always print it out if I mess it up. Print out another one. You know me, I'm not shy about printing out. Oopsie. Oopsie doopsie.
Hey, Leslie.
Hey, Leslie, she's home. I guess she didn't go to Newark. Okay, so,
Joyce, if you're out there, Janice said she's drinking more water. Thank you.
okay, instead of wrapping this around, I think I'm going to put a little backing and leave it sticking out. Just just like that. So I need to get some more of maybe that color stuff. How about if I put that there? Maybe yes, maybe no. Let me wrap that first. It gets all covered up anyway, so I can do that in any color. It don't make no never mind.
Hey, Allie.
Where's all my scraps? Where's all my scraps? Lost my stuff.
Yes, we are all a little cray cray.
This is true. Oh yeah, that'll look nice.
Yes, Allie. Oh my gosh, there's this lady at my mom's place, and she's so, I don't know. She must be me when I get old. I don't know, but she is just rude, and she likes to talk, and if somebody else is talking, she don't like it. But when I talked to my mom the other day, I said, where you been? I was over at Gloria's. She can't get the bathroom light to come on because she's in the wheelchair. And I was like, okay. So I was like, surely I ought to have a way for her to turn the light on. But anyway, so we had bought these bamboo. They're like a thick back scratcher,
Mm-hmm.
and it came like three to a package. Well, we didn't need that many, so I told Mom, I said, well, we'll be there in a little while. I'll bring you one of these back scratchers. So I took it to my mom, and she said, do you want to take it? I said, no, I ain't going in there. She's mean. So my mom took it over to her place, and she had her try it to see if it would work and all of this. And Mama said, it's a back scratcher. She said, no, it's curtain rod. And Mama said, no, it's a back scratcher. She said, I've hung many curtains in my 100 years, and this is a curtain rod. Mama said, okay, well, use your curtain rod to turn your light on. It was like, but she's so just, I mean, when they do a function or something, as soon as there's a break in conversation, are we done here? It's like, okay, Missy. She's not very friendly.
It doesn't sound like it.
But she gets, I mean, she gets those feet and she goes up and down the hall, herself. She doesn't look 100. Yeah, she's feisty, Janice.
That's a good word. Feisty.
She would if I'd have went in there, Adria. Oh, the man that was visiting my mama's neighbor and keeping my mama up all night long.
Mm-hmm.
He got out.
What do you mean he got out?
Well, he left. I mean, you can come and go as you want,
I
but
thought he wasn't there anymore.
he's not supposed to go out. And so anyway, they moved him next door to to the memory care to a memory care facility.
Oh.
And I had to go over there on Saturday because my mom's medicine got delivered, but they accidentally took it to the memory care
Mhm.
facility. So of course once they unlocked all those doors, and let me in, then I walked around and I was standing, the lady was looking all through their mess to see if it was there, and here he comes and he says, "Did I hear you say you was needing a kiss?" I said, "No, you did not." I'm like, "Simmer down, Stanky." So when I got over there to mom's, I saw his girlfriend in the wheelchair, and she was dressed so nice and she had her hair all fixed and all of this, and she wheeled down and she said, I'm waiting on Jeannie, the nurse, to be done. So then at a certain time, Jeannie, I guess, got off of work and wheeled her over to the memory care so she could visit with her fella.
Oh dear.
But Mama said it's been so nice without him, because Mama said she'd turn around and he'd be right there. She didn't even know. I mean, she's like, he was almost touching me, and he would just stand at her chair and lurk. She's like, yeah. So he's next door now. He belongs in California. His ex-wife put him here because his daughter, he's from California. He was in the music business or something, and his daughter lives in California, so his ex-wife put him in this place.
Smart
But come to
lady.
find out, he's not independent living. He needed to be
Mhm.
elsewhere.
Elsewhere.
Yeah. But he's a lot calmer. I think they give him like, I think they get Xanax and stuff over there.
Mhm.
Oh no, Lucy said the first night my dad was in an Alzheimer's ward, he escaped and they did not tell us. It was January and cold, and he had on slippers and no coat.
Mm. Oh no.
Oh, you would think they would have Alzheimer facilities with the locks.
You would
Oh,
think.
yeah, she did, Amber.
Okay. We're getting there.
Mom said the other day, she said, Barbara? Or no, Beverly. Beverly? And I said, yeah. She said, Kay and I were sitting out visiting, and she said, Barbara came out of her apartment, turned around and faced the wall across the hall, and just started having an argument. And she said she was serious. She was just telling the wall exactly blah, 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 blah. And she said she did that for about 5 minutes. And then she turned around and walked back in her apartment and shut the door and then come back out. I was like, okay, might want to let somebody know. Oh, that's good, Gail. She felt comfortable there. Yeah, Betty's stepdad was, he stayed home the entire time. Man, her mama would call us in the middle of the night. I went in there and he's got all the playing cards out on the table with peanut butter and jelly on them.
Oh gosh. As long as he wasn't eating them.
No, he wasn't.
Well, that's good.
Or he crawled out the window one time and went to the neighbors and said that she was holding him hostage over there. And he would tell her, he says, "You're pretty and stuff, but you need to leave before my wife gets home because she will not understand." Ooh, isn't that the stuff, APG, that you take it and you immediately fall into a coma? Ambien?
Coma.
Well, pretty much. Lucy said she thinks you would have fun playing with epoxy sculpt.
Epoxy sculpt.
I think that's what she means. Epoxy sculpt. What do you do with it?
You sculpt.
Sculpt. Yes, you sculpt. Takes a while to set up, but it was really fun.
I still need to take time to do those molds I want to do. I haven't really taken the time to do it.
Because you have so much stuff you want to do.
I know it's ridiculous. I started watching this new lady. Oh my gosh! Now I got another thing I want to do.
Uh,
And like, no, I can't remember her name. I just discovered her a couple of weeks ago, and I kind of binge watched her. And what's really cool about her, she just started her channel. I'll get her name and share it with you guys tomorrow, unless Janice finds her. um, she just started her channel in January, and as she's and she worked. Let me backtrack. I first started watching her because she was doing these prints on the jelly plate. So I always enjoy watching other people see, what little twists they have, with their printing. And then she would show these different collages she would make, right? And then there was this one artist. Oh, now I went blank on his name. Oh dear. That I've always found really interesting. Why can't I remember his name right now? Anyway, and then I saw that she did a video on it like the week before or something on the inspiration of that particular artist, and I go, oh, that's cool. Let me see what she did with that kind of art, and she did a really beautiful job. And so now I just want to try and do a collage piece based on between his inspiration and her inspiration.
Is he the one that does a collage with the giblets of paper?
No,
Oh,
this guy, he's already dead.
oh,
He died in the, I don't know if he, I don't remember when he died. Not that long. I mean, relatively, um, like the 80s or 90s or something like that. Maybe the 90s. I don't know. Maybe 2000. I don't remember. But what was unusual about him is he did it in such large pieces. I mean, gigantic pieces. And he would, hand paint all of these painty papers. He didn't do the jelly print thing because his was so big, but he did make most of his papers. And then he did these just super beautiful pieces of art that, I mean, if you did it in a smaller scale, it's collaging, but he would do it on these big forms. But he was known for very abstract looks and angles and colors. Even though he wasn't an artist of the 70s, his stuff almost looked like the 70s. And and it reminded me of when you think when you think of pop art of the 50s, when they were trying to look futuristic, kind of sort of that kind of a look. Oh, this is gonna look cute. Oops. I'm gonna have to back that up with some cardboard or something. Um
it looks like a weapon on the end. Looks sharp, like you making a shank.
yeah. Well, I was talking about the mental institution.
Yeah, no brush crafts for you guys.
So what can I put? I think what
You
might
need to put that butterfly on a boing.
well, I'm gonna put I want this down, and I'm gonna get some of these other little bugs that are here.
Uh huh.
I'm gonna boing them.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I might like to put that right there. I do believe. I think I would like right in between those two.
Prison much?
What was the name of that guy? Now it's gonna drive me crazy.
Peter Max.
No, he was out of San Francisco. Um. Oh man, I don't know why. Oh no, the letter R keeps popping up in my head. Don't ask me why. I could be 100% wrong. I swear my mind's going. I think I'm getting Alzheimer's. I can't remember anything anymore.
You need to take some magnesium. 250 in the morning, 250 at night. I had Peter Max bed sheets when I was growing up, Lucy.
Yeah, he had bright stuff, huh?
Yeah, purples and blues and yeah.
And this guy likes to, not exclusively, but he does use colors like that too. He's got some great books out of his work. A little expensive though. I don't have any.
What's his name?
I can't remember.
I thought maybe if I caught you off guard, you'd say
I saw what you were doing.
it.
I'm just trying to pat these down around these little corners so they won't.
Is that what the spoon's for?
No, but I just decided to use it for that.
Well, it sure does work.
It certainly does. Oh, it's gonna look cute too. Oh my gosh.
Kind of looks like eyes on there.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna hold this off because I need to put a little backing on that one. Let me straighten up this little back right here with something. Or a little piece of cover that up. No, I don't want it the same. I want it to look like patchwork. Let's do some patchwork on there.
I guess our rain is gone. I'm so glad.
It does seem like it.
It didn't really get bad. I was very thankful. Yeah, it shows clear for the next 10 days.
I think we are too.
But it does
Oh,
show Sunday night 57.
yikes.
What's up with that?
Yeah, what's with that?
And then it's going to start getting in the 90s.
Is Tamara still here?
I haven't seen her for a while.
I've been working.
I think she means San Francisco. I don't know, APG. Girl, that hail somewhere was bad. I don't know where it was. And then I heard him talking about lemon. Ryan talking about, all right, if y'all want to get some lemon sized hail, go to. I was like, no.
That's okay. I don't think so. Ouch.
But that day that Linda checked on us, he said, well, storm chasers are probably bummed right now because it's really isn't what they thought it was going to be. And
I didn't even have to go on today. Okay, that looks better like that. So you can just put little patches all over the place.
and bless his heart, he tries to say places, but he was talking about, oh, and we just had a severe thunderstorm issued for Lafayette. And I'm going, Lafayette? That's Lafayette. Lafayette?
Well, you know what it is, and I totally sympathize with him. They call the same written name different in every state.
Yeah.
Every state they say it different. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know what he's talking about. Just get in your basement already. You know what state he's in. You know what county he's in. He's talking about your backyard. Get in the basement. Quit arguing with him.
No, you want to sit out here and correct his grammar.
I know. It's like, give me a break. Okay, so
And we don't have no basements.
we're just getting the backgrounds, guys. So we'll fine tune them tomorrow. So that's gonna go there. So let me get what we're gonna do with the small one here. What do I have? I'm trying to just keep doing one set with the theme, of the bees, and a little bit of the wasps. Bees and wasps. Okay, so if we do one of these small guys here.
What is that?
What?
That noise.
A car pass. You heard that?
It sounded like cartoons or something.
A car went by with loud music.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
surprised you heard that. This microphone must amplify everything
Oh.
because it really. I mean, I heard it, but it really wasn't that loud. That I thought you would be able to hear it.
Idaho 4 is fixing to go to court.
Who?
You know, the slaying of the 4 Idaho college students.
Oh,
And they left the 2 survivors.
mm, too many crazy, too many crazy people and crazy stuff to keep figuring out what's going on. Okay, let's see how this does or does not fit.
Freaking Lori Vallow's wanting another trial.
Oh, look.
Oh. It's almost like a scarecrow.
Well, she's a little cuter than a scarecrow. Let's see, do these fit here with pieces? No. Oh, maybe maybe some of this green does. Too small. Too small.
Almost kind of matched her dress.
Yeah, that's true.
Good night, APG. Good luck.
Good night. Oh yeah, good luck. You're so mean. Good luck. Maybe some purple. That's probably too dark, huh? I need to find some other papers.
There you go. Adrian said do a Children of the Corn brush with creepy kids peeking out between the bristles.
Oh gosh. That's more up to Susan's speed. Definitely Susan's speed, not mine.
He wants you too, Malachi.
I'm thirsty. Thank you.
Ooh, I had champagne for lunch.
Why?
Or a mimosa, because they had mimosas.
Mm. And I hadn't had one of those in years.
You should have cut them out, Allie. That sounds funny, Lucy. Lucy said, sounds good to me, weenie woman.
She's getting a lot of mileage with that new name, you know.
cut them out.
Cut what out?
Ali said their local newspaper had an ad for a pest control company. They had at least 3 huge spiders and insects on there. She had to turn the page upside down so she didn't have to see it.
Oh, you're a scaredy cat.
Well, good night, Annie Mae.
Good night. I didn't know she was here.
She wasn't. She was on a phone call for 45 minutes.
No.
But we still told you, hey.
Hey. Maybe I need something light on there. We'll see. We'll see. We'll
I
see.
keep thinking tomorrow's Friday.
I
Ho,
wish,
ho, ho, Brenda.
I wish it was. Hey, Brenda.
My boss is off Friday, Saturday, no, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. Well, pretty much on vacation.
I got that piece. In my other pile.
He was so busy today. I sent him a message and I said, he sent me something and he wanted to know why they were back ordered. And I sent him a note back. I said, well, I sort of need to know the order numbers and the customers. You just gave me a generic code here. And he said, oh, sorry. Um, give me 36. And he says, Siri, sorry, 30 seconds. I was like, slow down there.
Really slow down. It was 30 seconds. Jeez. Okay, let's see what I can do with those straps. Maybe a little bit of purple. I don't know. Ouch, ow, ow, ow. Maybe just put some of this and then highlight it with some colors. Maybe that's the best way. Just cover it all up, get it done, and then Susan, Johnny's been having sales, and her camera's been doing the same thing mine did, where you can't move and you can't do this, and her little thing up there is showing that she only has X amount of bars, and hers is hot wired just like mine is or is, and she's over there moaning and groaning and complaining.
Well, that's no good.
I told her, just sell the stuff. The ladies don't care. You're just selling them a bunch of junk anyway. They love it. They don't care if they see it blurry or not. Get over it. They have.
It's so frustrating, though.
It is.
Because, I mean, if you don't look up at your screen a lot, you don't even have a clue.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lucy, you have to get on the computer and then complain. And then they'll feel sorry for you and they'll buy all your stuff. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay, Lucy. Don't worry about it. We'll buy it. It's okay. They'll feel sorry for you, and they'll just buy all your stuff.
That's like when she had that sale where you just bought a certain size postal thing, like a box or a big envelope or something. You just paid the price for the postage of whatever size package you chose, and then
Mm.
she would call out stuff, and if it fit in your bag, it went.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me and Betty both bought one, and then our lag was so screwed up, we could never even get anything. So we were just going to end up with like a $25 empty mailer. Is it Robert Rauschenberg?
No, no, it's not a long name. Now that I see a long name, I know it's not a long one. Oh, what is that guy's name? Oh, let me take a little break. My fingers are getting a little numb. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find. Oh, now see how would I find that? Mm, ouch.
She started in January, Lucy.
Whoopsie. Let me see. I can't go on my history because I just let it run in the background. So there's like, 100 million things in my history.
Mhm.
I know some people say, well, just go into history. You don't understand. In one day, I can't even look at the end of one day in my history because it's so filled up with everything. And I think I watched her like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, that one video, or her latest one, I should say. Um, and I just cannot remember the name. I mean, what do you call it? Um, oh my goodness, thunder! Do you hear that?
No.
Whoa! You heard music I can't hear, and you can't hear thunder that boomed my whole room.
Good night, Leslie.
Good night, Leslie.
Are you supposed to be having thunder?
I didn't think so. I thought it was supposed to be sunny for the rest of the week.
Thunderstorms possible around 9:15 p.m. Gusty wind and small hail are possible.
Well, there you go. It's early, half hour early.
No, I see it. It's the the leading edge is right on the F of Fort Smith.
Oh, wow.
It says 62% rain. 9 p.m. is thunderstorm, 10 p.m. is rain, 11 p.m. is thunderstorm, 12 a.m. is rain, and then it's over.
Then it's over. Okay. Yeah, because I'm so bad, even when I subscribe to somebody, unless they have a super, super catchy name, I don't remember, the name of their YouTube. I just wait to get a notification.
Brenda said she heard it and saw the lightning flash.
Whoa.
Whatever.
Okay, here's her name. Her name, not the name of. Oh, the name. Okay, the name of the guy is Rex Ray. That's the name of the artist, the the one that's deceased. Now, the name of the lady who I've been watching since January, her name is Cherie Burlington. She's very interesting. She's very chilled. She always tells a cool story about something. She's an interesting person. Let me just put it that way. And she's not like the snooty type that tells you stuff because she's snooty. No, she's not that way. She's just interesting. Ouch, ouch.
Well, dadgum, she's got 6,042 subscribers.
Yeah, and she's just been. That's how interesting she is. She's only been on since January.
She's only got 25 videos.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. Anyway, okay, I feel better now. I've shared her name. Let's try and get this glued down before we're done tonight. At least the background, because I gotta probably get some plastic if I want it really stiff, or just some real thick cardboard, one or the other. Poor Busta. I wonder if he's upset.
Oh,
He was in such a good mood today. Uh-oh.
oh, she does pottery.
She used to have a well, another thing that's really interesting about her is she's had so many different successful businesses. And it just kinds of things just fall into place. She tells the stories how she got into this and how long she did that, and you know, and then she gets bored after 10 years or so, and she moves on to something else, and it just kind of falls in her lap. She's just yeah, you'll have to watch her and listen to her stories. She's interesting. So I had always thought that that other artist Rex guy was really interesting. And I've seen a couple of documentaries about his work and everything, but to see how she does it, well, her interpretation of his work, it's not identical, but it might as well be. It made more sense from how to actually do it. So I think I'm going to try it on my list. My big list, my humongous list of things I want to do.
Well, you could accomplish them if you'd write them down.
Well, probably. Well, I don't even know. I got so many things I want to do. I don't think I'd ever be able to do all the stuff I want to do. Not with any accuracy, anyway. Well, this is just falling apart.
The music paper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have gotten it. I shouldn't have wrapped it this way because I knew it would break. I have been using it, but I've been using it more on this straight away on the front. I might have to start all over with this. Take it off. We'll see.
Roseanne said she says she's a tinfoil hat conspiracy realist. What could that be? Never heard of it.
Who told you that, first of all?
Tinfoil hat conspiracy realist.
Well, she believes what she's told instead of what she researches.
I think she's talking about her. Those ladies from the class would probably be embarrassed if they watched your video and see how you use your glue.
Hey, they had fun. Leave them alone. They can always wash the mud out of their hair. Yeah, I was wondering where the pinata was that they were making.
Oh my God, they had a pinata the other day from my mom called and said, they're having some kind of pinata something.
Well, it was Cinco de Mayo. Hello.
She said they fed us Mexican food and they had a pinata and all these little I don't know what all they had.
They had mango ice cream.
I don't know. But I know whenever I was looking at the pictures posted on the Facebook, I could see everybody doing the pinata, and there's my mother sitting over in the TV area in a chair just watching. She's like, I did not want to do that. Okay.
Man, she sounds like a party pooper sometimes.
Well, she just didn't want to do that.
She goes, I still have my dignity.
Probably wanted to stay away from them crazy ladies with sticks.
That would be a good choice. Excellent choice.
I saw I saw on this site, it's some Facebook site where they show different activities that they do in like assisted living places and things like that for the elderly to keep them, involved. And
Hmm.
so they had these three ladies sitting in a chair, and it was for the Kentucky Derby, and they had these little stick horses,
Yeah.
but they were sitting in a chair. And so what they did is they took, like, like maybe if you took a green sheet and you separated all the pages, but you taped them edge to edge and made a long sheet of paper,
Hmm.
like maybe 20 feet. And so what they did is they set the beginning of that long sheet of paper under each of their feet. And once they started playing the race music, they had to do their feet back and forth to make the paper go behind their chair. And whoever won the race got to, got the
Like
prize.
Adrian says, they won the shower curtain. Shower curtain rod.
It
They
was
won the
funny.
shower curtain rod.
Oh, Lucy said she saw it. I thought that was cute. Yeah, and they got exercise too. But they were playing dun 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 dun, 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 and they started playing that racehorse music, and those ladies' little feet were just a going.
Oh my goodness.
Got to do something. I know when if I go up there and they had those pool noodles out, I just leave the area.
What do they do with those?
Um, they they've cut them in half, so they're not quite as long as a pool noodle, but they cut them in half and they give everybody one, and they sit in a circle and they throw a big balloon up in the air,
Mm-hmm.
and they're supposed to hit it and keep it from touching the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And Mama said one of them, she just hit me right across my hair. It's like,
Party pooper.
He's
I'm
like, I
telling.
can't sit by her because she tried to hit me or something.
Accident.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay, we're not there yet, but I think you can see how this might turn out kind of cute. Oopsie. Ta-da. All right, so we have the backgrounds ready on 3 of these. And then we'll do some wire stuff. I think those will look cute once we're done. We're not done, but we're close. We're close. At least they're not soaking wet. You get my drift. They're not soaking wet.
Adria said that brush is my new favorite. Which one?
My glue one.
Oh,
I don't know. Hmm. Okay, ladies, I'm gonna let you go.
oh, I didn't even know it was that time.
Yes, it is, man. Uh-oh, where's my? Oh, here it is.
So you have to stay put for 3 hours.
Who? Me?
Good night, Gail.
How come?
Yeah, because it's going to rain until midnight.
Oh, rain's okay as long as it's not thunder and lightning and tornado. I got my
Oh,
raincoat. I can make it. I can make it back. Not a problem. Although I'm finishing up my letter and my postcard to the, where do they sleep project.
yeah.
Yeah. Where's my postcard? I made my postcard. I don't know where I put that right now. Anyway, it's coming along. I've got my first my first letter and my first postcard done. Yay.
Yay.
And I'm writing the backstory. I'm really getting into this. I'm writing the backstory because it starts off where it starts off, but how did it get up to this point? Um, so in addition to the letter and the postcard, I'm writing um, sort of like a, what do you call it when they give you like an introduction
A forward.
forward? I'm writing a forward. And then, because the one sister that's doing the traveling, she is sending postcards to her sister, but obviously she has a lot of other things she wants to tell her that doesn't fit in the postcard. So she sends the postcard, but when she's at these various places and experiences, she's writing her own journal. So at the end of the experience, we'll have a full journal of the sister that she's going to give to her other sister, to her sister.
Is it a preface or a forward?
I thought a forward was,
Not a forward, a forward. What is it called, Janice? I think the forward tells, like, i- in the middle of the story, and then it starts you back at the beginning. I think it's a preface.
I don't know. I'll look it up. There's a word for it, I'm sure. I just don't know what it is. And you could say 10 different words, and I wouldn't know which one was the right one. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, I did not do well in English, as you can tell. I hated English class. Oh,
Good night, Roseanne.
I hate it because when you learn other languages, there are some pretty clear cut rules and you stick to them. English, you don't stick to any rules. They all change depending on other things. It gave me a headache. It's like, you learned that rule. Yeah, but this is the exception. Oh, great. Okay, now how am I supposed to know when it's the exception? Well, when it does this and does that and says that, and you got this in front of there, and if there's a verb or, present tense, and oh, shut up and leave me alone. I don't care.
Janice said preface is fine, introduction is fine, backstory is fine.
Okay, I wrote on my little draft that I have in my folder. I put backstory. Backstory. That's the only way I could rationalize this. It's the backstory. Tell me, what's the backstory? I'm gonna tell you.
Prologue.
Oh dear.
There you go.
Whatever. I'm working on all of that at the same time. Thank you. So it's. I'm kind of I'm probably going to give everybody a headache when I'm doing my little videos because I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it as I'm doing it with on the video.
Maybe you could just do Captain's log.
Well, that's present. That's going to be her journal, but this is like the before.
Okay, so that's the prologue.
Okay. Prequel. Well, that's a movie, right? I don't think that comes to writing.
NyQuil?
No, 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 no. And so I didn't read the letter in the video because along the way I'm making a couple of journals and that's gonna that I'm gonna offer when I'm done with the whole series. And so I think it'd be kind of cool if when you got the journal, you'd be the one that got to read um, all the stuff I've just got through telling you. So it'd be something special. Plus the letters. I might read the letters. I'm not sure yet. But anyway. Okay, guys. We're going to let you go. I'll just keep rambling and rambling. And I don't think Susan's bladder likes when I do that. All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
All
Good night,
righty.
everybody.
Good night.
I just la di da